Alex Rodriguez was one of the Major League Baseball's biggest and most controversial superstars on and off the field. And now he's getting personal about his larger-than-life, his alter ego in the new docuseries, Alex versus ARod. Take a look.
How do you think most people view you?
I mean, I would just say it's complicated.
There's clearly two personalities. There's ARod and there's Alex. Alex is my brother, a sensitive person, and ARod is the killer.
Right center, and Rodriguez is the hero.
ARod is a Shakespearean figure.
Alex Rodriguez with a grand slam.
He's one of the greatest players who ever played. But he also was an incredibly flawed individual.
Please welcome back Alex Rodriguez.
I gotta admit, Sarah, I'm very intimidated.
Why?
5 strong, powerful, smart women, and me, I have no reinforcement. Maybe this young man can join me up there.
You've co-hosted with us
sat
before,
with us
and you were just one of the kindest, most chivalrous men I had ever been around. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
You. Isn't that what the Red Sox fans say?
Yeah, but who cares?
We told them they couldn't come today. It's fine.
That's right. Listen, you say it's taken you 15 years to be able to talk about the highs and lows of your baseball career. What made this the right time?
You know, after watching it, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe I need another 15. But you know what, it's been, I have 2 daughters now. One is a junior in college, one is a senior in high school. And I didn't want to do anything after reflecting for so many years to do anything without them co-signing it and make sure that this is going to be a family project. Cynthia, who's my ex-wife, who's one of my closest friends, also very close with my partner, Jack, today. We all kind of got very involved in this. And my daughters basically said, Dad, if we're going to do this, let's be raw. It's amazing how smart people, young kids are today, right?
Yeah.
They're like, it has to be raw and it has to be real. None of that dumb, phony stuff you do with you're not like that, so stop doing it. And they were just saying, let's just go all in, and so we did it.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Well, you are right in this. You talk about your childhood in this documentary. Your dad left your family when you were 10 years old, and by 12, you watched your mom work 2 jobs, go on food stamps. It was not easy.
Not easy.
How did watching your mom struggle sort of, affect you and your work ethic?
Yeah, she's 89 now, and she's in incredible shape. She's
Cute.
a force of nature. Thank God. And she can outdrink all of us together, so. No, for me, watching her get up at 3:30 in the morning, she used to work at General Motors. She'd wake up, take 2 trains, a bus, and come back at home. Never saw her miss a day of work. So she was an incredible inspiration for me. But I think that's where I get my work ethic from. And it really inspired me to, as I look back, I'm 50 now, to look back, I was so hard on myself. And at the end of the day, this is not a baseball story, this is a human story. And it's a mental health story. And when I first entered the league, if you got mental health, it was a big taboo. I mean, people would beat you up. And I think it's important for the next generation of young kids and young people, all people, to get help, because it's available. And even if you can't afford it, maybe there's a grandpa or mom or uncle or dear friend that you can confide in.
You had a lot of therapy.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
And you go over it in the documentary, which, by the way, is fantastic. 3 episodes. Everybody should watch it. You discussed that therapy, and that was, I think that's going to help a lot of people. Let's talk about your background, though, because in 1993, you were only 17 years old when you became the #1 draft pick for the Seattle Mariners, 17. And then 7 years later, at the age of 23, you signed a 10-year contract for $252 million to play for the Texas Rangers, which at the time was the largest contract in pro sports. I'm raising a 23-year-old. I can't imagine how you dealt with that.
I did it.
What was it like at such a young age to be thrust into the spotlight? You have fame, you have money, while also having the pressure to live up to being the $252 million man.
Yeah, no, that's a lot there. I mean, perspective gives you a lot of things. And one good thing about getting older is you have more knowledge and a little bit more perspective, and you're able to look at it from a different lens. But Joy, you mentioned food stamps, right? Hopefully. I was 12, and at 17, I got $1 million contract. And that was a lot. But what was the savior there is I was able to buy my mom a house and a car and make sure that she never worked again. And that's been true. She hasn't. So, yeah, I mean, I forgot your question because I'm getting emotional.
In terms of, so then 7 years later, you get $252 million. How do you deal with the pressure of having to perform and show people, yeah, I am worth $252 million?
Sonny, what's interesting about that is, this goes back 24, call it to the year 2000, 25 years ago. And I signed for $252 million. With the PED and all the stuff, the controversies, that's the single thing that I got the most grief over.
Really?
And that part was confusing because I was just innocent young kid that, eyes wide open, came from Miami. I worked my butt off.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong had happened. I had to make one public mistake. I signed a big contract, and I was the biggest pariah in the country. And you fast forward 25 years, which is great. You get Shohei Ohtani, $700 million.
Yeah.
You get Soto from the Mets. He almost signed for $1 billion, and they're celebrated, as they should.
Yeah.
So we've seen a paradigm shift between ownership having all the power to the power being a very pro-player environment, more like 50-50, which is
talent.
great.
Without the talent, they haven't got a show.
Of course.
Exactly.
I would also implore everyone to watch this because, as you mentioned, it's a mental health story and it's a human story. It takes a figure like you, and I'm going to quote your documentary, that you're a once-in-a-lifetime talent. It takes an extreme to show people that if you're trying to fill a hole with what you were trying to fill it with, this greatness, this overachievement, this worth from your father, you'll die never having gotten it, and yet you stopped and said otherwise. And so my question is, after being the top of everything, like I could rattle off all your stats.
Please don't.
You decided, I don't think we have that kind of time, but you decided to use performance-enhancing drugs. And at the time, you said a part of you died. But now you say it might have been the best thing that ever happened to you. And having seen that, I know why, but can you tell people?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, that was the most embarrassing, most ashamed I've ever been, is to fall in graces after having so much support and building such a great career. And I would have never said this 10 years ago, but it was a cringing experience. But today, it was really the greatest gift of my life because it allowed me not just to put, like they say, lipstick on a pig. I had to tear the whole house down and build it up one block at a time. And it's allowed me now to be a better father, a better friend, a better everything. I'm just in a happy place where I can sit here with you guys and let it rip. And I would have never been able to do this. And by the way, because of my stupidity, cost myself the Hall of Fame. No one else. But at the same time, if I was in the Hall of Fame, it would have been hollow because I would have been very unhappy and still under a lot of pain.
Well, the documentary is called Alex versus ARod because you talk about these two different personalities, this larger-than-life persona and then who you actually are. What's the main difference between the private Alex and then ARod, who we all know?
That's a great question. And I enjoy the show. You're fairly new. You weren't
Thank
here
you.
last time.
Thank you.
She wasn't here
You have to bring me back, Joy, to do this when I'm not spilling my guts. But the biggest difference, I think, is, ARod is someone that looked at winning as contracts, women, a lot of money, like all the stuff that doesn't matter, right? Very little self-awareness, big ego. I think Alex is that sweet boy that came from Seattle at 18 years old that understands a little bit about more self-awareness and has the ego more under control. But look, I'm a work in progress. I've been working this for 10 years. And therapy has really saved my life, and I'm so grateful for it.
Well, you seem like a great father in it, too.
It's so brilliant to listen to that. Yeah. Politicians should be required to go through therapy. Just say it.
What I will say, Alex, that contract freaked everybody out.
Yeah.
Because you were playing amazingly for a team that wasn't playing amazingly for themselves. That's the first thing. The second thing is, you've come to a different place in your life, and growing up does that to you. So we all step and do at some point, and you're not done with the Hall of Fame because they brought Pete Rose back.
Yes.
So if Pete Rose can be brought back So can
I
you.
think you
In
deserve to
time.
be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Our thanks to Alex Rodriguez. The 3-part HBO documentary series Alex versus ARod debuts tonight on ABC. Oh, on HBO. I'm so sorry. It's debuting tonight on HBO and on HBO Max, not ABC. HBO Max.